Hello, welcome to the tutorial of the ICT-Nov platform available at the URL ictnov.t-ce.uth.gr. This platform is a digital collaboration tool that utilizes gamified design thinking approaches, and teachers can create activities and classes that integrate information and communication technologies. Students can use this platform to discuss the activity, achieve their goals, and bring their innovative ideas into actions. Let's start with registration. There are two types of accounts, teacher's accounts and student's accounts. For starters, let's create a teacher's account. By clicking the register button, a form shows up where you have to enter your credentials. You have to enter a username, a password, verify the password, first name and last name are optional. Teachers are also given a code to create a teacher account. Hit submit. After registering, a one-time code is given that can be used to reset your password in case you forget, so make sure to note it somewhere. This is the home page, and as we can see above, there is a navbar with a few options. By clicking on the flag, we can pick our preferred language from the available ones. You can log out using this button. By clicking on the My Activities option, we can create new activities. By clicking on the public activities, we can see activities that are created by any teacher on the platform and other teachers can duplicate, vote for them and utilize them. Going back to activities, we can create new activity. Here you have to add the name of the activity, the description, some tags for easier searching, and the number of the levels. Hit save. Here is the created activity. As we can see, there are a few options like deleting the activity, editing the activity, duplicating it, which creates a copy of it, and also publishing, which makes the activity public and available for other teachers. By clicking on the activity, we enter a view-only mode where we see the levels and their content. To add notes and interact with the activity, you can use the Edit button. As we can see, at the top of the page, you can edit the activity information. You can also change the level names by double-clicking on the level. Now, let's move on to Canvas. We can add a note by clicking on this button. Inside the note, we can write some text, add images or video. We can also change colors. Click Save. As we can see, the note is not created. Teacher notes are by default locked, so students cannot accidentally delete or edit them. We can change the size of the note by dragging the bottom right edge. We can copy a note by clicking the Copy button. We can also see some information about the note by clicking the Information button. To edit the note, we have to click the Edit button, and we can undo the edit by clicking the Undo button. Finally, to delete a note, we have to hold the Delete button till the bar loads. Also, by dragging the notes, the canvas expands. We can also copy the entire level and paste it to other levels. You can also zoom in and out on the canvas by using the zoom in and zoom out buttons. Finally, you can scroll horizontally by using the arrow buttons at the bottom of the page. Now, let's move on to classes. We can create a class by clicking on Create New Class. We have to add a name, a description, the learning objectives of the class, add tags, define the maximum and the minimum size of the team. Let's do 5. And choose if brainstorming will be available. There is also a code that can be set with students to join the class. Click Save. The class is now created. By clicking on the Delete button, we can delete the class. If we click on a class, we can see information about the class, such as the owner, the members, the code of the class, and the teachers that the class is shared with. There are also a few buttons like Settings, where we can edit the class, Analytics, where data is collected about the class and its teams, like Notes created, Notes edited, Help asked, Review asked. Also, we can share a class with a teacher by entering the username and clicking on Share with Teacher button. Finally, we can add an activity by clicking on the Add a New Activity button and choosing from the available ones. Here, we have to enter the starting date of the activity and the end dates for every level of this activity. We can also create duplicate activities. Let's do 3. Click Save. As we can see, our teams are created and up to 5 students can join. Also, the starting date and ending dates are available and we can edit them if we want to. We can also delete a team with a Delete button. To edit the title and the comments of a team, we can double click on them. We click Enter to view the team canvas, which contains the notes. If we go back, we can also see Refresh button. This button is used to update the team activity based on its source activity. Let's go to the private activity, click Edit, and add a new note. Let's go back to my classes. Now click the Refresh button and enter the team. We can see that a new note was added. As a teacher, we have some buttons at the top used to review the student or help them by writing a help message. To write a help message, click on the Give Help button, write some text, and click Send Help Message. Give Review works the same, but the teacher indicates if the students pass a level or not based on their progress. Help messages can be viewed at Help Messages, and reviews can be viewed at Level Reviews. Also, there is another button called Brainstorming where a team asks for help from other users so they can write notes on the activity. At the bottom, there is a group chat where participants can discuss with each other. Now, let's look at the other navigation options at the top. By clicking the alias icon, we have a taskboard that contains various information. On the left, we can see our account information such as the class created, the experience level, and the karma points. The karma points and the experience level are obtained by doing specific actions at the platform. By clicking on the experience bar, we can see the experience shop. Here, we can unlock extra features based on our experience level. These features are note colors, canvas colors, and avatar colors. By clicking the View Profile button, we can edit our account credentials. Moving back, we have a calendar that informs us about the dates an activity starts and the deadlines of the levels. On the right, we have a notifications window where actions about activities and classes are recorded. The user can click on these notifications and get redirected to the activity or class specified. Notifications can also be found on the navbar on the bell ring icon. On the bottom right, we have a card with View Analytics button that navigates us to analytics of our classes. There is also a help card that contains the manual, some useful links, and this video. Finally, there is also a card which contains a quick view of our classes. Let's now explore the platform from the student side. First of all, let's copy the code of the class we created as a teacher and log out. Now, let's create a student account the same way we did earlier. Enter the username, the password. Here you don't have to enter a code because you are a student. Note the OTP. After logging in, click on My Classes and add the teacher's code and click Join. Enter the class. To enroll in an activity, click Join. After doing that, we can see two options, Leave and Enter. Click Enter. Let's go down. Students can write on the chat to interact with other team members. They also have access to every level. As a student, we can interact with locked notes unless we unlock them, where we can edit them, add content, and like them. Of course, we can also add new notes, copy them, move them, resize them, etc. The changes done on the canvas are broadcasted to every member so we can simultaneously work with them. Students can also ask for help from the teacher by writing a help message, and as we can see, notification pops up as soon as we do that. In addition, a student can ask for a review by clicking on the Ask for a Review button for the level we currently look into. After doing that, the question marks appear. The level reviews can be seen by clicking the Level Reviews button. Finally, a student can click on the Ask for Brainstorming button, where the brainstorming level is activated and other users can write notes to help with the activity. We can disable this level if we want to. Moving on, by clicking on the alias icon, we can see a dashboard similar to the teacher's dashboard. Finally, let's log in with a teacher account again. By clicking on the notifications, we can see the actions that happened, like the request for a review. By clicking on it, it redirects us to the level to give a review. Let's say we failed the level. Click Give Review. As we can see, the question mark now becomes an X. We can also see the review message. Finally, if we visit My Classes page, we can see if a review or a help request is pending. We can see that the team asked for help, so we enter the team, write a help message, and send it. Going back, we can see that the icon disappeared. As mentioned before, we can see the members of this class, we can also see some analytics about the class, such as notes created, notes edited, help asked, review asked. The analytics are for the whole class, or we can specify the team. This was a tutorial for the ICT Nov platform, and we have discussed how teachers and students can use it to cooperate and achieve their goals.